Welcome to Hatman Strikes Back Daily Boxing News. Okay, so the weigh-in yesterday for the Usyk Fury rematch was absolutely pointless, particularly with Tyson Fury because he weighed in fully clothed, with his shoes on, in a massive heavy leather jacket on which to me looked like it may have had stuff beneath it, maybe even something like a weighted vest. He officially weighed in at 281 pounds. I don't think he's anywhere near that. I reckon Tyson Fury is in the high 260s, maybe even the mid 260s. So slightly heavier than last time, but not much. It's yet another example of desperate mind games from Luke Partridge. And it's really pathetic because this stuff ain't gonna work on Usyk. Why does he feel like he needs to pull stunts like this? It's so silly, man. It's so lame. But this guy don't change. So there you go. And as for Usyk, he was also clothed, but not ridiculously so. So he had a t-shirt, pants on, and shoes, and a chain. You could probably take 3 pounds off for that get-up. So his official weight was 226. His real weight was probably 223, which is exactly what he weighed for the first fight. And this was not a ceremonial weigh-in, by the way, for the heavyweights on the card, as I was explaining to somebody in my Element group yesterday. Heavyweights normally don't have ceremonial weigh-ins. And the reason for this is because it doesn't benefit them. You see, when you have to make a weight limit for a fight, which is the case for everyone other than heavyweights, you're in a state of dehydration. So you would like to weigh in as early in the day as possible so that you can then rehydrate and recover. So they introduce these ceremonial weigh-ins so that the real weigh-in can happen early on in the day, then the fighters can rest, recover, and they do the ceremonial weigh-in in the evening or whatever. But heavyweights have got no need to do that because they don't have any weight limit. So I assumed when I was watching the weigh-in that this was a real weigh-in, not a ceremonial weigh-in for the heavyweights. And this is now being confirmed by Dan Rayfield, that it was a ceremonial weigh-in for the lighter fighters, but for the heavyweights, it was actually a real weigh-in. And you could also tell this by the fact that the officials conducting the weigh-in were taking a long time to look at the numbers on the scales and all that kind of stuff. In a ceremonial weigh-in, you've already got the numbers. So the guy just steps on the scale and you right away read out the weight. Whereas with this weigh-in, the guy steps on the scales, they're looking, they're consulting, they're looking, and then they're finally giving out the weight. That shows you it's a real weigh-in. And also, the broadcasters normally tell you when it's a ceremonial weigh-in. None of them did that for the Usyk Fury weigh-in. None of them did it. They were all talking about the amount of clothes that Tyson Fury had on, and therefore 281 not being his real weight. Broadcasters normally know if it's a ceremonial weigh-in, and they tell the audience, they tell the viewers. Not the case here. So as I say, wasn't a ceremonial weigh-in, it was a proper weigh-in for the heavyweights on the card. Now there's been some talk, mainly from the pro-Fury boxing media, about Alexander Usyk's team asking Tyson Fury to trim his beard down. And they're really banging on about this. But I saw Andy Lee, who's obviously part of Team Fury, speaking on it, and he said that some member of Team Usyk had raised the issue behind the scenes. But as soon as Team Fury pushed back even a little bit, they dropped it straight away. So Andy Lee sees that as just a cheeky little attempt at a mind game. Basically, pushing back against Tyson Fury because he's been playing mind games the whole time, giving him a little taste of his own medicine. But they're not desperate about it because they didn't try to force the issue. And to my knowledge, it wasn't Usyk who raised it. It may have been Klimas or Krasuk. In any event, it's a nothing burger. Unlike Tyson Fury's mind games, it was behind the scenes. They didn't do it publicly. To me, Usyk looks confident, he looks happy, and he looks like he's ready to do a job. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Leave me yours in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.